decided to have a couple blocks with me, and I also have my bolster, which I like during the yin part. A pillow can probably do the same thing. And nothing is required because I know sometimes at home we don't have all the things. But go ahead and just make your way to the top of the mat, separate your feet about hips width apart. If you're comfortable with it, you can let your eyes close off right away. If you want to take a couple shoulder rolls, go ahead and wiggle out your body a little bit. Start to find a nice comfortable stance, and then a little softness in your knees too. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Let your whole body fill up. And then open your mouth, let everything release. Do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Take your arms up to the sky, breathe in. Through your nose, exhale, palms in front of your heart. We'll just do that simple movement a few times. Inhale, sweep your arms wide and up. Exhale through your nose, palms down in front of your chest. Last time, sweep it wide and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. And then we pause here as we give ourselves a chance to honor ourselves, a chance to acknowledge that the fact of stepping onto your mat is a win in itself. And then begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath. Finding a slow, rhythmic breath, a little bit stronger than a natural breath. Let your hands interlace together. Press your palms forward, drop your chin to your chest. And then take your palms all the way up towards the sky. Pull your biceps back for a moment. Start to lean over towards the right. Bump your hips to the left. And then kind of like you're trying to draw a big circle with your arms, lean your torso forward. Bend into your knees a lot. And you're going to start to make your way all the way over towards the left. Once you enter this side bend, pause for a moment. And then again, sweep it forward, all the way around over to the right. This time, lift back up through center, side bend to the left. Pause for a moment. And begin to find that circle. Sweep it forward, over to the right. Breathe in. Sweep it forward, over to the left. Inhale. All the way back through center, and this time cactus your arms open wide through your chest. Drop your hands behind you, interlace them together. Take another breath and puff up through your heart. As you exhale, fold yourself in half. Bend your knees a lot, and then begin to relax your head and neck down. Work through your shoulders a couple rounds. Take just one more inhale. And then release the grip of your arms, let them trickle down to the ground, and just really fold yourself in half for a moment. Let your whole upper body relax. You might shake your head out yes or no. And take a halfway lift, hands to your shins, squeeze your shoulder blades together. As you exhale, just fold in half, let everything relax towards the ground. Tap your fingertips to the ground and step your left foot back. And then lower your left knee down to the ground. Once you get here, make sure your knee's over your ankles. You crawl your right foot forward a lot. Let your hips press forward and look forward, and begin to twist. Reach your right arm to the sky. So left hand can be down on a block. You can be up on your fingertips. But wherever you are, take a breath in. Reach your right arm high. And then you're going to start to reach your right hand towards whatever's behind you. Maybe roll to the outer edge of your right foot for a moment. Let your hips sink in. Come back to the twist. Plant the sole of your right foot down. Breathe in. Go back again. Reach back. Roll to the outer edge of your foot. Inhale. Come back to your twist. This time, take your right hand. You're going to reach over towards the top left corner of your mat. And then a big motion. Inhale to twist. Exhale, reach back, roll to the outer edge of your foot. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, reach for the top left corner of your mat. One more time. Breathe in, twist. Exhale, reach back, roll open. Come back, breathe in. Reach to the top left corner, breathe out. Stay here for a round of breath. Maybe your left fingertips reach to the top left corner too, just creating a whole lot of space in your hips. And then as you start to walk your hands back, find a half split. Straighten out your right leg, lift your toes. Hands on blocks might feel really nice here to bring the ground a little bit closer to you. And I'm a big fan of windshield wipering toes side to side. Just start to wake up through your hamstrings, point your toes down, and then flex your toes up. Take one more moment here, breathe in. Exhale, low lunge, bend back into your right knee. Step back to a tabletop, right knee's gonna meet your left. And as you come to hands and knees, wiggle out your hips a little bit. Let's find a cow pose. Dip your belly, draw your heart forward. Exhale, cat, round and curl. Come back again, breathe in, dip your belly. Exhale, round and curl, press the ground away. Come back to that cow shape, dip your belly, open your chest, and then this time tuck your toes under, downward facing dog, lift your hips up. And then you're going to spend a few moments in your down dog, pedal out through your feet. Know that you can always be down on hands and knees instead if that just works better for you today. Wherever you are, find a little bit of stillness. And then look forward towards your hands and walk your way all the way up to the top of the mat. Feet can stay separated, hips width. Begin to unravel, roll your way up to standing. As your head begins to lift, sweep your arms up to the sky, inhale. Cactus your arms open wide through your chest, exhale. Reach all the way back up, breathe in. Forward fold, dive your way down, breathe out. Halfway lift, hands to your shins. As you exhale, fold, bring your fingertips to the ground and step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down to the ground. Crawl your left toes forward a lot, and then either right fingertips or right hand planted, begin to twist left arm to the sky. We'll start here. Just enjoy the rotation through your spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, left hand reaches back, maybe roll to the outer edge of your left foot. We pulse that once. Inhale back to your twist. Exhale, reach back, roll open. This time back to your twist. Breathe in. Reach for the top right corner of your mat. Breathe out. Inhale back to your twist. Exhale, reach back, roll it open. And then we pulse. Inhale, twist. Exhale to the top right corner. One more. Breathe in, open. Exhale, reach it back. Come back up. Inhale. Last time, reach to the top right corner of your mat. And then maybe your right fingertips reach too, and you just let yourself kind of fold into this. Notice how you're breathing. Start to walk your hands back and find that half split. Straighten out your left leg, toes up. You can always recenter your foot a little bit, and then you can be really still or find some small movements, those windshield wipers in your toes. Point and flex your foot. Just kind of discovering all the different sensations that come with this pose. Give it one more inhale. Low lunge, bend back into your left knee, and then tabletop. Step your left knee back to meet your right. From here, tuck your toes under, walk your hands back towards your knees. Lift your knees up and find a forward fold at the back of the mat. We'll begin to rise, unravel yourself. Come all the way up, stretch your arms to the sky, breathe in. Palms in front of your heart, breathe out. And just standing at the back of the mat, soften down through your shoulders. Step your feet out nice and wide towards the sides of the mat, toes slightly out, heels in, and we'll start to sit ourselves down, Malasana Yogi Squat. You don't have to go super far. Wherever you land, you're going to rise back up. Use strength through your inner thighs to lift you, reach up. Take a hold of your right wrist and lean to the left. Come back to center. Switch sides, exhale. Come back up, breathe in. Malasana, sit yourself down, breathe out. Just as you come down, rise back up. Inhale, reach up. This time, cactus your arms, open through your chest, press your hip bones forward slightly. Reach up, inhale. Last time, yogi squat, and this time we get to stay and hold. You can, really end up anywhere that works for your legs. Your elbows can press your thighs open, and you have the comforts of home, I think. You can sit on a block, you can sit on a pillow, but it just feels better to sit on something. A nice balance between trying to hug your knees in, but also pressing your knees open. Let's go 2 more breaths here. One more, inhale. Forward fold, hands release down as your hips go up. Pivot your toes forward. And then take a halfway lift, breathe in. Bring your palms to the ground, walk yourself forward either to plank or a modified plank. So knees can be on the ground or knees can be lifted. Whatever you choose to take, breathe in. Lower all the way down to the ground, breathe out. Once you're down on the ground, walk your fingertips out wide outside of your mat, tent your fingertips, and then lift your elbows. Start there and then begin to peel your chest up, breathe in. Dip your right shoulder down, look to your left, breathe out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Come back up, breathe in. Release your body down and breathe out. Bring your hands by your chest. Start with a baby cobra. Press into the tops of your feet, activate your low back. If it feels good on your back, you can take it to a bigger cobra and press the ground away. Stay with the breath and wherever you are. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Press up to tabletop. Child's pose, knees out wide, big toes together. This will signify our first yin posture. So we're going to hold it a bit. Child's pose as you sit back to your heels. If you have a blanket or anything at home that you want to stick between your heels and your butt, you can do that. I'm a big fan of this bolster, kind of like a body pillow holding me. That way I can rest everything on top. You can relax your forehead down. And arms can reach forward, or you can relax your arms down by your sides. It's possible you might have an arm variation that you really like. And once you begin to find your shape, let's take a smooth breath in together. Open your mouth, let everything release. And then one more time, breathe in, fill up. A big open mouth exhale, let your body relax into this. And now you just get to be here for a bit of time. With yin, we encourage ourselves to find a space of stillness. So throughout the handful of poses that we discover and go through together, those moments when your body wants to move and fidget, take notice if it's, something going on in your mind, if it's discomfort that you're trying to get away from, or if it's actually a signal from your body to, maybe release something. With that being said, you're never stuck where you are. If the body needs specific adjustments, always feel free to take it. slow, deep breaths. No matter what is going on in your life, you get to dedicate this short bit of time to not needing to worry about all the other things. It doesn't mean blindly ignoring everything. It just means that you don't have to give your attention and your energy to the hundreds of things that want our attention and energy right now. You get to be right here, breathing, softening, and maybe giving yourself permission that that is plenty for right now. And we'll be here for another minute or so. See if you can relax into your shoulders, relax your fingers. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And then little by little, begin to draw yourself up and out of this. Walking back up onto your palms, and you're just taking a moment to guide your knees together. Sit up comfortably, and maybe your eyes stay closed for this. A chance to just notice the in-between. Might feel nice to take a neck roll or two. And just noticing what it feels like to be out of a posture. What sensations your body feels as you release that child's pose. And begin to shift your legs around so you can find a seat. As you make your way to a seat, we're going to find a hip stretch. So plenty of options for this one. A seated figure 4, right ankle over your left knee. And you can stay upright and just let the weight kind of fall back into your palms. This might be plenty for your hips. You can roll down onto your back and take this in a figure 4. Or if double pigeon is something that your body can handle in this moment, double pigeon or square pose is your right shin on top of your left. So that bottom foot's going to try to be really close to your butt, scoot it away. If that right knee is super lifted, a bolster or a pillow might feel nice to give it, that bit of support. And then you'll give yourself a moment to sit up nice and tall if you've chosen to take this. To deepen this, you can also fold forward, and I like a block in front of me on the highest height. And that way you can kind of lean your body forward without feeling the pressure of having to go all the way down to the ground. You can do the same thing with pillows, with blankets. Don't be afraid to use support in some way. And then we're usually very used to taking this pose and flexing our feet. See if you can relax your toes a bit. All the habitual stuff we do with a more active yoga class, we get to let that stuff go. Yin has its own rules and its own goal and journey. And as you feel your eyes soften, you might even wiggle out your jaw a little bit. There could be a lot of tension happening in the hips, and you might notice that and breathe into that, but sometimes that tension or stagnation manifests in other areas of the body. It could show up in your shoulders, show up by clenching your jaw. So every exhale, see where you can find softness. Tap into the feminine energy. And just because it is soft and passive does not mean that it's not strong. All of this is helping us come back stronger, essentially. Give yourself about 3 more deep breaths. If you did fold forward, go ahead and slowly upright your spine. Whatever position you decided to end up in, slowly begin to stretch out one or both legs, whatever was involved. If you're laying down, you can stay laying. If you're seated, you can just lean the weight back into your palms. Notice what it feels like to allow your legs to let go. And even kind of shaking the legs out a little bit. You might feel a coolness spread across the legs. Fresh blood and oxygen moving, flowing, and circulating through. Little by little, begin to allow yourself to explore the other side. And it might take a moment in one position to decide that you need to find the next. whatever version of this hip stretch you choose to take. Different sides can look and feel so different, so throw the props in that you need. Maybe you fold forward. Maybe you stay upright. Again, there is no right way to do this. Anatomy of yin is purely based on your body. Relax your toes. Your breath, you're aware of it, but it's pretty natural too. Bodies fall into the stillness and we hold for a bit of time. We move what is essentially a stress on the body. We move it into our connective tissues as opposed to targeting the muscles. Muscles are targeted pretty often, and in the yang part of this practice, we targeted the muscles, but now we move past those. We move a little bit deeper. Every breath gets to be you sending nourishment to every cell, to your fascia, this network of webbing that encases everything in you. Fascia was discovered to be a sensory organ that has almost as many sensory nerves as our skin. And while there's still a lot to be researched and discovered about fascia, it is a very unique part of our internal makeup. And this hold is already almost done. Couple more breaths. Begin to lift yourself up and out if you folded. Be slow and gentle with your legs as you release one out and then the other. Wherever you are, go ahead and lower down onto your back. Take a mini shavasana for a moment. Just let yourself land into the earth. For a few more moments, just check in. Hip stuff can be pretty intense, so allow everything to integrate back. And then begin to gather your knees into your chest. And give yourself a little hug. And with your legs together, go ahead and drop them over towards the left. We're not going to do a yin hold. Let your right arm open up wide. integrating a little bit of really slow yang back in. 3 breaths here. Inhale, lifts your knees back through center, hug them in for a moment. And then drop your knees over towards the right. Relax your left shoulder to the ground. Use a deep breath to let your upper body soften, your torso relax, and then 3 breaths into the twist. And begin to unravel yourself. Draw your knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side. One more big squeeze in, maybe forehead draws up towards your knees. And then with an exhale, release your legs out, your arms, find Shavasana. And you have a whole bunch of props possibly. So if you want to set yourself up in any specific way, maybe something under the knees feels nice. Maybe something under your head can feel good. You'll let your whole body relax down into the ground. Let's take a smooth breath in together. Fill your body up. Open your mouth, let everything release. Muscles in your eyes soft. The rest of your body follows. The sound of my voice will eventually bring us back together. Allow yourself to gently take a deeper breath in. Open your mouth, let everything release. Some gentle movements in your body. You begin to reawaken. Let your arms stretch up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then over the next few moments, in your own time, in your own way, we'll start to make our way back up towards the seat. Eyes can stay closed if you're comfortable with it. Let your palms draw in front of your heart. A moment of gratitude as you thank yourself. A moment to think of someone or something that you want to send some of that gratitude out to as well. Let's take one more breath in together. A deep breath out. Gently bowing your chin in towards your chest. In gratitude, we finish our practice. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Thank you for sharing in the energy.